Hello everyone, it's Final Render here, and welcome to another episode of Fallout 4 Building with Mods. Today, we are going to be making a trading post at the Red Rocket Station. A lot of people probably use this as their first settlement, but this is going to be the most epic trading post ever. Let's go. First task is to remove an awful lot of the rubbish lying around. Using the spring cleaning mod I am able to clean it up, a lot of the rubbish that you can see lying around. A lot of the broken bits of rubble, a lot of the vines on the roofs, etc. And I can remove those very quickly to make it look like a completely new place. It looks fresh and new, or as fresh and new as it could in a post-apocalypse anyway. And something which has been bothering me in my videos is that I've been noticing that I've been complaining a lot about the Place in Red mod not working. It's always been very fiddly, especially using the cheat engine, which I'm not very good at so far, but now there's a mod to fix it. This is Place Everywhere, and it can use console commands to turn it on so that you can put an object down on the ground, and then you can pick it up and place it everywhere. It's almost as if the people who made this mod heard every complaint I had about the Place in Red mod and fixed it. And have you guys always wanted to use junk fences? Have you always been annoyed that there's been a big gap in between them? But now we've got snappable junk fences. These junk fences, I have no idea why it wasn't like this in the vanilla. This is the perfect way to do junk fences now. The junk fences can be snapped to each other, they can clip into the ground, and you can raise their heights up and down. So now not only are there not huge gaps in between the junk fences, but they don't float in the air if they're going up on a slope either, which is what happened in the vanilla game. This is now perfect way to make walls around your fortresses if you're using the junk fences, and I couldn't not recommend it to anyone. It's perfect. And even better, they've got snap points along the vertical lines as well, so I can actually snap these wooden floors to them in the middle of the fence and then attach some fences to the other side of those floors. So now I haven't just got a fence, I've actually got a wall. I've got a fortified wall, and all of this stuff snaps together perfectly, and using the stairs which clip into the ground, they can actually make the little gaps bridgeable, so to speak, and it's brilliant, this mod. I can't highly recommend it enough, because after all the complaining about not being able to use junk fences before, I now can, and I plan to use them a lot more. I need a little area for some of the Brahmin to come into, because I imagine all the trade caravans coming in, they've normally got Brahmin with them, so I decided to build a little animal area where the Brahmin can sleep at night, oh, and of course dogmeat can have his own little home. Now I needed some power, because it was time to start putting lights all around the settlement, because I couldn't see anymore. And using the Homemaker mod, I built some stairs going up to the roof, and I put down some windmill turbines up there. I never really used the windmills, so I decided to give it a go this time, and it looks nice. Using the longer Powerlines mod, I am able to put the cables going all along across the gangway, and using the Place Everywhere mod, I am able to put these kind of Christmas lights on the cables hanging from the wires, and I put those all around the settlement, so I've got pretty nice lighting throughout the entire walkway around the walls, and I really like it. It actually looks really nice, and all the reflections on the floor. It's a really nice looking place when you light it properly, Red Rocket. So the outside was now pretty much lit with all the lights I needed. It was time to do the inside. I started putting ceiling lights on, but there was a problem. They looked a bit naff. But then I had a brilliant idea. What if I use the Place Everywhere mod to make the lights clip into the pre-existing model? That way it looks like the lights which are normally on the ceiling work. Genius idea. And then I put some lights on the outside, and now the place is fully illuminated. It looks gorgeous, especially when you get the Darker Nights mod, but that's not actually essential for building. It looks great. Next, I need more defense. So using the workshop plasma turrets, I am able to put working plasma turrets and Gauss turrets around my settlement in order to keep bad guys out. It's a little bit overpowered, as you can see here. 2 shots to take down a Deathclaw, but you know what? I'm not complaining. Put some counters up and then give the old combination of using the spotlight and the plasma turrets next to each other, working in synchronization. And now I've got the junk fences to work, I can actually put these guard towers there, and they actually match perfectly. I normally don't use them because I don't use junk fences, but now I can use these perfectly. Now it's time to start building the actual trade workshops. I was a little bit hesitant to make them out of wood originally. I wanted to make them look quite nice, and I do change for design several times, as you can see, but I wanted an actual store. So instead of using the lemonade stands, which are in the vanilla game, I got the mod Convenience Stores, which actually allows you to put just regular tills, regular checkouts, onto whatever counters you want. There is a bit of a glitch in them, meaning that you've got to go into the command console to lower them, but it works as a shop. And also, OCDecorator static loot. This is something which is I couldn't not recommend enough. It basically adds loads of new decoration tools into the game, including an optional OCD dispenser. So any lootable objects you find throughout the game, you can put them through the dispenser, and now they are static, meaning they won't fall off tables, they won't be moved by explosions. They are now stuck there forever, and until you move them, of course. So therefore you're able to decorate 100% perfectly without the risk of them falling off the table or going missing, etc. Couldn't recommend it enough. Started to then make an armor area as well next to the shopping centre, so I got 2 little stores in here. And the thing I like about using the OCDecorator is that I'm now able to have a really nice looking shop, and I know that none of this stuff is going to get knocked over and things like that, and it just really works well with the aesthetic, I think. And having them both together using the convenience store mod as opposed to the lemonade stand look is great. And now some settlers started to arrive, so I thought, oh great, I actually need to get some food and beds and stuff now. So using the working food planters mod, as always, I'm able to get some food going. And also, this is an interesting one, child settlers mod. You never actually get any child settlers in the vanilla game. I didn't actually notice until I installed the mod. I'm like, oh yeah, there aren't any, that's weird. So now they got some food, they need a place to eat their food. So why don't we set up a little bar area here. Again, just a nice little area like the other stores, but using the mod Better Stores, I'm able to get loads of decorations for the shops, and some of these decorations are brilliant. It adds loads of new posters. He's actually got an actual bar for the bar, like that counter he's polishing acts as the shop, which is brilliant. And it's just got loads of little static loot which you can place around to decorate the place, and it really does look like a little shantytown bar, and I really love these neon signs they've thrown in there. That's a really nice little touch. So I've actually got a nice little template on how to make some decent stores now, as opposed to just plonking down a little stand. Next I needed some beds, just put a little basic kind of accommodation area there with some bunk. Little dog meat, he loves it. I put the little bunk beds there so that all the travellers can stay there for the night. And something I realised is that I've never made a toilet in any of my settlements. Not one. I've never put a toilet in any of my settlements, and I thought I really should do that. So I put down this little toilet stool, give him a nice little toilet, and the toilet paper is the wrong way. That's really going to annoy me, but oh well, what can you say. Put a little shower in there as well, a clean shower, you know, don't use an old one, put a clean one in there, and then put a little door on there as well. Snap that door in there using the Homemaker, and now I've got a little shower and toilet area. Communal, granted, but never mind. And I needed a general trader, so I thought why not make the general trader look like the reception of the accommodation area. So, you know, travellers come off the road and then they come into the Red Rocket, and then they see that you can spend the night here, so they can come in here, go to the reception, and then book a room for the night, or book a bed for the night I should say. And it looks really nice. Yeah, I think some of the decorations in there are really spot on. It does look like a little reception area. I like it a lot. And now, of course, I needed a gun store. It's Fallout, you need to have some gun stores, and I decided to be a little clever with this and actually design a store again. And I used these tool racks and I placed with static loot using the OCD dispenser some guns. I know there are mods to add actual weapon racks, but I accidentally modded them out, so I've done it this way. Put up a little security fence in there, have a counter which is actually it's a mini nuke cabinet, that is, and then put a till on there. So now we got a little mini gun store. It's all entirely out of metal and it's got the security fence, and I think it does look quite good. And here, the neon signs from the Better Stores looks brilliant. I've got it floating just in front of the light, and I've also got a neon sign on the top of the store as well. So very secure, very cool looking weapon shop. Love it. Next I needed a clinic, and the idea of the clinic wasn't actually to have a store, so to speak, but it just made sense that in the world of Fallout, people get injured, so you're going to want to have a little hospital area. So have a little bed, have some IV drips. Again, this is all part of the OCDecorator mod. A table with lots of science equipment, and also a surgery chair. This is something you really should consider putting into your settlements. Whenever you sit in this chair, it enables you to change your face without going into the command console. So that's a nice way to change your face if you don't want to break the immersion of going into the command console. Put up some decorations. I went back with the original vanilla paintings because I missed them, and I just can't resist putting little beagles and stuff around the hospital area. Makes it look nicer. So if you've just been shot or bitten by a deathclaw, you can look at some kittens on the wall. Make you feel better, you know? Add a little sliding door in there, and the clinic is done. Perfect for any little doctor. It's actually cleaner than a lot of the ones in the vanilla game, you know, like in Diamond City for example, so I like it a lot. At this point now, I believe all the functionality of the settlement is in place. Now it's just time to decorate it. Have a little campsite area. I love having campsite areas in the settlement. It makes sense to have a nice little communal area where you can stay warm at night. Put down some scavenging stations and some cars. Be careful with those cars you can plonk down, they can explode. And some slightly unlaw friendly New Vegas vending machines in there. And of course I needed it, it's one of my videos, I needed the Craftable animated water wells mod. This gets me an awful lot of water, and I think the amount of effort in there is fantastic. But one thing's missing. Boom! There we go, now all the lights on Red Rocket are fixed with Red Rocket's Glare Station Illumination lighting mod. So now I can actually have Red Rocket illuminated for miles and travellers will come and spend the night here. So that's it. That's how I built the perfect Red Rocket trading station. I'm actually really proud of this. This might actually be my new favourite because I've got an awful lot of just really clever mods in there which make the place look really nice. Normally it's making nice buildings for me, but in this case I went with nice decorations, and the difference is vast in my opinion. I think this place looks far better than any of the other settlements I've done. And I'm really proud of it, I really am. I put a lot of attention to detail in there, I think. I spent a lot of time just positioning stuff on tables to make it look good, and I can't be more proud of it. And I do think that the addition of having all of the nice lighting around and being able to put glass and things in the broken windows and just fix all of the problems with Red Rocket as well as properly decorate it makes a huge difference to Red Rocket. It looks like a little mini town now as opposed to just a petrol station in the middle of a wasteland. So I think it's a very welcoming place. It's so highly fortified with these perfect wooden walls, and I love it, guys. I hope you guys love it as well. I'm very proud of this one. So that was building with mods in Fallout 4. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, please subscribe and tell me some of your favourite mods. Tell me if you can recommend any mods for future videos, and I hope you've enjoyed it. I'm now going to leave you, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Ta-ra for now.